It's all about having a vision for me. Hold that goal in mind, but put it to one side. You've got to enjoy the journey. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. You're basically putting your happiness in the future in a place that doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is now. Hello and welcome to Chock and Roll Studios with me, Ollie the Chock. I'm in my little hub of creativity and I'm here to talk to you about goals. Now, I know it can be a little bit cliche of a subject, but it feels important. It feels poignant. We're at the beginning of that new academic year. Lots of people starting new courses, new classes, new year groups, new projects, meeting new people. It can be quite overwhelming, daunting, but it's exciting. It's an opportunity, and that's what I love about life. Is there's a whole world of opportunity out there, and actually that's why I do quite like talking about goals, even though I did kind of resist it at first because maybe I don't quite like the word, and I'll explain what I mean about that. So for me, you have to be a little bit careful when it comes to goals. I think you need to have one because you've got to be able to put it in your sat nav to go somewhere. But I don't think you can be too caught up in it because you've got to enjoy the journey. So I'm going to come back to that in a moment. But for me, I look back to when I was like 16. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a presenter or a radio presenter or on TV or something. I didn't really know, but I knew that I wanted to be in entertainment somehow. However, I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the experience. But you don't get the confidence without the experience. And you've got to sort of get yourself out there and do these things and make mistakes and fail at them to get better at them, to kind of build your confidence. And that does take time. So it does require patience. But the reason why I think goals are important are because I think I'd prefer to reframe it and rename it something like my future plan, or here's what I'm going to do, or this is what I really want to do, or this is what I'm really excited to do. When you're talking about your goals, you should feel that warm, fuzzy feeling in your stomach when you're telling somebody. And I think it's really important to sort of have a rough idea of what you want to do so that you can tell people, so that they can share that vision. And it's all about having a vision for me. It's amazing when you change your narrative, when you change the story of what you're trying to do or who you are and where you're trying to go. People will help you with that. And it's so powerful when it comes to changing your narrative. So when I say narrative, I also mean goal. Don't be afraid to change your goal. Don't be afraid to reset that goal. It has to be your goal and nobody else's, because I know we have peer pressure from people around us, other people's expectations, parents. It's got to be something that lights you up inside. And if you don't know what that thing is yet, just try loads of different things until you find something that sparks you and lights you up, and then go with that. It's so important to go with inspiration, because that is like your instincts, your inner guidance system leading you towards where you need to be and towards your purpose in life. I feel that myself. I'll take inspiration from something. It might even be something really silly, but I will go with that and I'll get into a flow and I'll get into the momentum, and then I'll realize later that there was a reason for that. And I think my friend Ellie said to me recently, like, nothing you do is wasted. Hold that goal in mind, but put it to one side. You've got to enjoy the journey. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. You're basically putting your happiness in the future in a place that doesn't exist, and you're not enjoying the now. What is the point in that? Like, future doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is now. Put your goal there in the future. That is your future plan. That is where you're going to get to, but you've got to be excited to get there, and you're going to enjoy the journey. You're going to enjoy like the little things that happen and the little twists and turns and the little sparks and the little random bits of inspiration and energy that result in you meeting somebody that you wouldn't have met had not this random circumstance or thing happened. You've got to be the creator of your own life, and you've got to have that in mind, what you want to do, or roughly. But if you don't know, don't worry, just enjoy it. And that is the most important thing about this message for me, is don't let your goals detract from your now. Don't let them sort of interfere with you just enjoying your life. The only thing that matters is now. The future doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You just got to keep enjoying the now and keep going with the flow and having fun. So that is my message to you. Think about what you want to do. Don't be afraid of changing it, and just enjoy the journey and have fun and work hard. And you got to be able to like work hard in a way that's fun, because if you're working hard towards a goal that you don't really want, then it is hard work. If it's not your goal, if it's somebody else's goal, if it's something that you don't really want, then that's when it does become a chore, and it shouldn't be. It should be fun. The journey is the best bit, not the destination. So I hope you've been able to take something from that, but I'd just like to wish you all the very best in whatever you're doing in the new academic year. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that I've just said. And if you, and I think questions are super important as well. So it all starts with a question. The reason why this video became about was because I was asked a question on LinkedIn by a friend of mine called Helen, who said, what would you say about goals? And it got me thinking. And then I asked her another question and she came back. So come back to me with questions. I don't mind if you have a question that might negate what I've just said, or, it's all about asking questions, having conversation, digging a little bit deeper, dissecting it, understanding it. But I wish you all the very best in everything that you're doing. Just go out there and smash it and have fun. Peace, love, chalk and roll.